Hey, good morning, everybody. I took the day off to get some things done and with the upcoming Labor Day weekend. This video I wanted to talk about what I do and what has made my life easier as a physician assistant. It is crucial, at least for me, to make sure that number one, that I have a trusting relationship with my provider that I'm with. So if he doesn't trust me, then I'm not doing a good job. Okay. So that's number one. I always ask him questions if there is anything, and I even bring up stuff just in case so that he's aware of it, if things that he doesn't catch, so that he knows that I'm looking as I should be to find out what's going on with the patients and the best care possible. The other thing is that treat the nurses like gold. I actually had a nurse tell me yesterday that she appreciates how she's grateful for how nice I am and how I treat the nurses, because the nurses are the ones doing the grunt work. They're the ones that are taking care of your patients. They're the ones that are looking over the vital signs. They're the ones that are technically keeping your patient alive. So if you want to get a phone call every 5 minutes because they're concerned about something, or they just really don't like the way that you're doing things, or whatever, I mean, treat the nurses like gold. I personally try to help them out whenever I can. If it's moving a patient, if it's like in there talking with them, like if they have to get vitals or something, like, I mean, they know. And for the most part, I'm always there to help them out, even at the hospital or at the clinic or when I'm doing stresses or whatever it is. The nurses are honestly so important. So don't piss them off. The other thing is, just in general, just try to be nice to. I try to be nice to everybody. If I'm like, even in the cath lab when I'm in there watching procedures, and just so I have an idea of what's going on with my patients. If a person starts coding, I throw on the leads and I am in there doing compressions, and I'm helping out, and I'm moving patients, and I'm, you know, the big thing is, I guess, is just to help. Even though I may be a physician assistant, doesn't mean that I cannot help with moving patients and, helping out the nurses and helping out the other staff, opening up a door. It's really not that hard. And it will go, honestly, a long ways. Like, just that. So, the other thing is with patients, I always, whenever I walk inside of the patient, in the patient room, when I'm talking with them, I always start with the question, what questions and concerns do you guys have for me today? Before I even start talking with them, because they'll just tell me. I don't have to say, so how are you feeling? Any shortness of breath, chest pain, syncope, pre-syncope. For them, it puts their care in their hands, and that's what they want. And I've noticed a big benefit from that. They tell me sincerely and openly what they're feeling, and it's a big deal for them. I mean, like, I had a patient yesterday. I walked in. I've seen these guys a lot. They're great people. I love them to pieces. I'm like, what questions, concerns do you have? And the wife's like, none. And her husband's like, I have some. This is what's going on. And I mean, it just, it just kind of opened things up. And the wife's like, well, yeah, okay, you're right. So it really helps break the ice, and it has, in my opinion, an open conversation just by saying, when you initially go in, I make sure that they know who I am, that I'm a physician assistant for this provider, and what questions and concerns do you have with your care today, with your heart. And I mean, at the end of it, I still ask him the same questions. Do you have any chest pain with exertion? Do you have any chest pressure? Do you have anything as far as symptoms of a heart attack or decrease or ischemia, anything along those lines? I also ask them the basic questions of, do you have any shortness of breath with exertion, orthopnea, weight gain? Are you exercising? Have you noticed any decrease in your exercise? So I still do my like normal thing, but I just make sure that I give the care of the patient and why they're there for me into their hands initially. That has been a huge thing that I've done that has helped me out tremendously. Um, the other thing is, as far as like job security goes, my previous experience being an ultrasound tech, being an echo tech, um, I got to know the cardiologists that I work with really really well. I mean, I could probably call them by their first name, all of them, but I choose not to because I still respect them for what they've done with their life. It's incredible. Um, that's how close we are, and but whenever I get a chance, even if my provider's not, if we're not busy with on call or doing something, if I'm covering treadmills out at a different hospital, I call those providers and I ask how I can help them. Because if their mid levels are doing something, then they will, they really appreciate the help. More than you know. It just shows that you are trying to make, like, number one, you're a hard worker. Number two, you're willing to like step in and help and see if there can be things that will help out with life. Um, so I guess just goes back to the other principle of, if you see something that can be done, do it. I mean, if if somebody's walking down the hallway, like, there's been a couple times where I have had, it's been late, I've been stuck at the hospital. It's been like a 14-hour day. I am just exhausted. I've been up since 5:30. It's now 9:30 at night, and um, this this experience wasn't even with patients. This was just like with some little kids, and I think their mom and dad were just, they were just having a baby, and they couldn't get any food or anything from the vending machine. They couldn't decide on it, or they didn't have enough money. I don't know the entire circumstances, but I've got kids of my own, and I was like, guys, do you guys need some food? They're like, yeah. And a nurse was there, and another person from the hospital was there. So I'm like, just wait right here. Let me see what I can find you guys. And I went and got them something. And I mean, it made their day. I mean, it was like a soda. It was just like a couple cans of soda, some Oreos, and an ice cream bar. I mean, something so small, but it made their day, and it made the nurses, the nurse that was with them, and the administrator, and the grandma that was with them, a whole lot at ease. Does that make sense? So the the big thing is, you may, or I may be a physician assistant. I know that. I love what I do. I love taking care of people. I love that I can help people feel better, but that does not mean that you cannot, it does not, it doesn't give you the title that you cannot help in other ways. That's it. Really. I don't know about everybody else out there, but this is what I do day in and day out. If I can help out with any situation possible, I do it, because that's what I have found that makes my life easier and that brings me joy, is to help other people in the little ways. So if that helps, I hope that it does, but that is what, these are kind of what I live by on a daily basis. Number one, I make sure that like my relationship with my provider is solid, unbelievably solid. He walks away sometimes, and he knows that I'm getting the work done, and that like I'm staying busy, and that's important. Number two, I treat my nurses with absolute respect. Treat your nurses with absolute respect. They will love you for it. They will help you. They have knowledge beyond anything that I currently have and I'm trying to obtain from them. They've helped me out so many times, and I love the nurses that I work with. I'm so grateful for them. Number three, open up that door of communication with your patient. Let them tell you like what questions, concerns that they have. And number four, just try to help out wherever you can. Those are the principles that I live by every single day. So, good luck, guys. Have a good weekend. I'm going to be out of internet cell phone service up until next week, starting for in the next couple of days. So, yeah, good luck. Keep it up.